episode of the People's Mic. I am the almighty Jimmy Peoples.
James Persons, as they call him.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I gotta tell them 1,000 times.
Is that a common thing?
No, yeah. Everybody wants to go to the. When you're trying to grow, they don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you grow.
If I wasn't talking to this actual catfish,
turn that catfish off. Tell them it's hard
Hold on,
time.
there might be a person that wants to fuck
them in
me.
the face. Fuck them in the face.
This is why I like
metaphorically, of course.
Welcome. And introduce yourself.
Sorry, I am Sir Godzilla Von Baba Ganoush. I'm from many places and no place at all. I'm not really sure how the hell I showed up in this dimension.
The journey.
I'm not sure if that's even a thing either, but I mean, hey, you know, I know it is a thing. Acid. Acid is a thing. It's a thing you do like this, just like breath.
You done acid?
Yeah, much like breath.
I need you to wipe your
Much?
face.
How? What do you mean?
I'm
How?
sweating.
You're sweating.
I got the black preacher on.
Yeah, you got that.
Preaching that word. You haven't got the ass in the titties, just eyes. Just
I'm sorry.
Introduce yourself. Everybody's mighty after this month, just so you know. After October, August.
What does that mean? Because Leo season?
Huh?
Because the Leo season? What does
No,
that mean?
no. From September to April, introduce, say your name.
My name is Tao Bennett.
The
Hello.
mighty Tao Bennett.
Tao Bennett.
I like that. It feels good, don't it?
Feels
Feels
good.
good.
I got to fix your name.
You gotta fix my name?
I didn't know because I called you HB earlier because I thought your name was Hamal, but it's Tao. So it's
Oh.
and I don't want to call you TB because that sounds like you're
Tuberculosis.
The mighty Tao.
People think my name is How Now because of my Instagram. It's How Now Brown Tao, which is very funny.
I'm sticking with HB then. I'm with it.
Sure, you can call me whatever.
How Now Brown.
How Now Brown Tao. You get it? It's like a children's book. How Now Brown Cow. You get it?
It was.
Yeah,
What's going on? It's Happy Friday. I'm yelly today.
I get it. I think today's a high energy day.
It's a high energy day.
Yeah,
it was a good day. It was a chest day on a Friday. It's a holiday.
What's the holiday?
It's just chest day.
Chest day.
And it's Friday. So
You got to learn gym bro.
yeah, you
Like,
got to
you know,
absolute gym bro. It's
They don't
chest
even
day.
work Mondays, Tuesdays.
Monday, no,
It's
it's chest day, leg day, chest day.
2 days.
Yup. Ladies love leg day, so you know
Naturally.
that's their holiday. You know, every day is leg day for ladies.
Leg day might get you married. Leg or day, just because you just one of them good spots.
Well, I see you leg day.
Oh,
That's
I
a cat
see.
call, right?
And apparently
That's good.
Because you're
So
also
that might be the
respected.
name of the episode.
I see you leg day.
Hey, I see you leg day.
Named after a cat call. We're having a great stuff.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yo, what were you saying about September?
From September is when I start growing my beard, September 1st. And I've been doing this thing the last couple of years where I know that I want to make music. I know that I want to make an album. And so the next show is going to be The Mighty Gym, the birth of The Mighty Gym. We're going to try to commit to singing. If I fail at it, I'm just going to have a couple background comedians help me out. But we're going to do an hour of songs that I'm writing and doing covers.
Alright.
I don't know how it's going to turn out. But
That sounds
September to April is when I grow my beard. And I'm going to switch from comedy to, not switch from comedy, work on music a little bit.
Incorporate music more to
Incorporate music more. And hopefully record an album by next April. That's the
Can I offer you a suggestion?
Let's
That
do
doesn't
this.
sound weird.
Let's do this. Only if it's a big suggestion.
No, it is a good suggestion.
Okay.
I would say, in order to test your singing,
I've been
like-
practicing.
I
I've
got
been
you.
practicing. I've been in my little class and shit.
You do sing classes?
Yes,
Okay.
I just took singing classes. I come from a singing background.
I know. So
I know it's in my. I know it's
So you
here.
got it. You got
But
it.
I gotta find the voice.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm absolutely waiting for you to do like an open mic, like a music open
I'm
mic.
going to do all the music. I've been trying to find music mics. I'm gonna hit them hard.
Okay. Also, do karaoke.
Fuck. I
Fuck.
don't know. I gotta do karaoke.
See, it's okay. You hate it. You know what? There was. I don't know if this sounds weird. There was.
I may do karaoke. I did one. Like I'm good in the what's his name? The Frank Sinatra songs.
Do you play any instruments?
That's my lane. That's my lane.
If you know,
I'm not going high. I'm not going churchy. Like when you tell people you sing, they be like, you can't tell black people you sing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because they be like, you not Luther, you not my favorite. It's just like comedy where you do comedy, you be like, you not Kevin, you
They
not.
want to test you. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I just can't sing a song.
Do you
Right?
play any instruments?
No, I'm working on ukulele. That was my ukulele and guitar. Are gonna be my thing.
That'll help you
Listen,
with your confidence,
ukulele
your voice.
fucks.
Ukulele fucks.
Ukulele fucks.
I love it. I got a little black ukulele called Lorray.
See, that's it, and I see it now. That's what it meant. You were gonna end up in Hawaii, like you in Hawaii. You just caught in Hawaii.
I don't like countries where it's not diverse. I don't know. I like Hawaiian women, but I don't
think
know.
that. But Hawaii is so popular.
You gotta check it out.
I see you doing some really fun, awesome, dumb comedy shit in like a place like Hawaii.
Travel, yeah.
Nothing but tourists,
like
and you do something here. It's like New York.
I like Uruguay. Uruguay is, I think, is gonna be the move.
I think I know, but I know.
I don't like islands. Places that would have volcanoes.
The volcano thing, I can understand. You know. But the people, it's because it's a very popular spot. Like the main island of Oahu, I've always heard is, and I think when you get into one of the comfortable places like that, you with just a little fucking ukulele, you got the little, they're gonna love that shit.
And your beard,
sexy.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh my goodness, can you fucking see him just walking around the island?
Yes.
Thoughts become things, Jimmy. Thoughts become things. Manifest that shit.
Coming. Just help everybody get their groove back. That's it.
I don't need fame. I just want to be able to walk into town and have an anthem. Be like, that's
the guy.
Yeah. We love that guy. So we remember why we love that guy.
Yeah.
You know? That's
good.
fucking dope.
Speaking of,
it's dope.
I'm with it.
It was a good feeling. That's my goal.
It's a very wholesome
Mighty
goal.
Jim is that's
With that shit.
September to April, I will be the Mighty Jim.
2 thumbs up on the Mighty Jim. I cannot wait to see this movie. This is gonna be a feature.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Yeah, if we ever make a movie, this is 10 years in the making, so this is the first one. All right, in my head. All right.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna force it on you guys until you like.
No, I'm not for it.
I
want to see it happen.
We haven't even gotten to the shit I'm gonna force on y'all yet.
Let's do it.
I've said this over and over again, and we're speaking shit into existence. And I've said this before. I don't know. Of all the things I've seen, there are 2 things that I've been inspired by the most, and it's fan-made fiction, like fan-made films, right?
Yeah.
Which, and I say this in the best part of my heart. One of the best movies I've ever seen was not a movie, not a feature movie film. It was not even my favorite comedy, my favorite comic genre, or my favorite comic, brand. Yeah. It was a DC movie made by a guy who spent his own money to make a Batman versus Joker movie that ended up Batman versus Joker versus Alien versus Predator. And when I tell you, it was a fucking 20-minute movie that smashed.
What is the name of it?
I don't even know. But all I ever called it my whole entire life was Batman versus Joker versus Alien versus Predator.
Fan fiction.
It was a fan-made movie. Yeah. And I've seen, it got me on the spiral to start looking at fan-made movies. But it also inspired me to want to, make movies about, I don't want to, I know how Hollywood bitches about blackwashing characters. I don't want to do that. But I've always wanted to make, when I get the chance to make these movies, I want to do some movies about my favorite property. Or the universe I saw them in. One that also inspired me, Mega Man. Love Mega Man. I think Mega Man is a magnificent story. I think it really. I think I've always.
What's the quick story of Mega? I remember Mega Man video game, right?
Okay. So let me. Yes. So Mega Man. Yes. Mega Man the video game, and also let me tell you what double inspired me. Mega Man the video game and the Proto Men, a cover band.
You're a high level black nerd. You're high level.
I listen to type of music called Gamecore.
He's like a level 2 black nerd.
You know,
he's high level.
You know Gamecore?
I could infer what it is.
Yeah, see, that's a level 2 black nerd.
Okay,
see,
using words like infer.
See, that's smart. But you could too. But here's the thing.
I know a little bit about stuff. When you said, I remember that.
I might be level 4. I'm not level 5 yet. I'm not building full cosplays. I haven't learned Japanese yet. I haven't got my passport to go to Japan.
Yeah.
But I'm on some real deep ass. No, trust me. Listen. Let me say this now. And I said this years ago, and I put this on camera. The movie Looper was right. I don't know. I love the movie Looper. If people hate the movie Looper, I'm fine with it. I hear people bitch a lot about what to do in the future, and I said this before. I'll say this again. Go to Asia, China, Japan, Korea. So when I was young, I wanted to go to France. I was a nigga in the movie Looper. I want to go to France. And then future people was like, nigga, go to China.
Even after this war?
Go to Japan. Go to Japan. Ain't nothing happening in Japan.
China's trying to fuck everybody up.
Yeah,
China's like, we gonna fuck y'all up.
Hold on.
We gonna hit Taiwan.
Hold on. You don't talk that much, and this is me talking absolute historically understanding how nuclear proliferation works. You don't talk that much shit unless you got giant robots. That's all I'm saying. You don't talk that much shit, and I'm with it.
Somebody's gonna pull it.
Somebody gonna pull it. Hey, here's my thing.
Be like, oh, shit.
Here's my thing, right?
Superheroes, super soldiers, something.
Here's my thing. They're not gonna do it over. Like China's not gonna fuck up their own shit. Russia got some space. Russia got to rebuild some infrastructure. They're not gonna be able to do the things they need to do right now.
I hope
it's all fine.
Ukraine takes over Russia.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that possible?
It's not. No. Historically, it's always statistically a low value that a smaller country takes over a larger country. It rarely ever happens when that larger country has a standardized military. The only one of the rarest events that ever worked in any
So they just end the war, both sides walk away, Putin dies, and then they just go back to business.
Technically, it's going to end up back being a ceasefire. Ukraine may get some more land. There'll be some financial cessations. There'll be some public apologies. But no, if anything, there'll be a cessation of land.
Like everybody has to die.
Let me tell you right now. And again, hold on, let me say something.
I'd Spartan this shit.
Taking over
war. You want war?
Certain countries cannot be taken over. I've always put these in some of the biggest first world countries cannot be taken over.
Whose game is this?
Hey, trust me. Listen when I say this. China cannot be taken over. It's too large. They've grown too fast. They already been taken over one too many times. They're not going to let it happen again. Russia cannot be taken over. It's too large. They spend too much time building up their military. It's not going to happen again.
Dream killer.
UK is not going to be taken over. Why? Influence. They spread their influence so hard through the world, people are always going to wonder where are the British people. The culture.
Yeah.
And somewhere tucked away in the world will be British culture. Somewhere in a pocket of Africa, in a pocket of Europe, in a pocket of America will be a bunch of motherfucking British people who just be like, oi mate, blokey, what's up today? You know,
it's already that's already the case.
You know what I'm saying? It's already the case. Because again, I did not spend so many fucking years studying history. I would not be talking this shit like I know.
I love how smart you are.
You know what I'm saying? Like the only import export that the UK has had for thousands of years is the British culture and information. On the surface, it's the British culture. People love Britain. Whenever they pull out the Queen, whenever someone rolls out that old bitch, people just stand in the streets and what the fuck she's doing. She's not gonna die, nigga. Listen.
How old is she at this point?
Thousands of years old. She is slowly the only woman that's been keeping history records of just all of them. And they gonna wheel that old, lovely bitch out every time they get a chance. They made a black baby, that's a wrap. Trust me. Years from now, if somebody ever wants to pop off,
don't they have a second one?
well, and trust me, somebody
right, she had a daughter, right? Didn't Megan have a daughter?
And somebody's sitting in the UK right now thinking, nigga, we could pop up a whole race war about how legitimate these black babies are, nigga, and get the 100 Years War popping right back up again. Somebody's been waiting around to just bring that 100 Years War back.
That's dope.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Lottery, god damn, you know how crazy your vagina gotta be to change history? History!
And I was the person.
Bro!
Do you know, I had the face you had.
Bro.
When I got to watch. When I got someone blew my mind
That's so
one day.
wild.
Now, let me show you what the wildest thing about history was to me. And I'm saying this as a black man. One of the wildest things that ever blew my mind on my quest to obtain a history degree. I did not obtain. I'm a college dropout. You know what I'm saying? Shout out K-Dubs.
Hey, same here.
The thing that blew my motherfucking mind the most. Kanye West. You know. The thing that blew my mind the most was when I got to look at pictures of antiquity, like people who painted pictures of antiquity, and I discovered there were black people in England.
Like how in antiquity in terms of like what era?
Like,
How far
so
back
I'm a
is it?
fan of art. I love art. I love paintings. I just can't understand what the fuck free. Okay. And I realized years ago that there's a conditioning of what type of art you see, depending upon who and how, and there's a lot of blank washing, what I like to call blank washing. It's not really whitewashing, it's not really black washing, because it's not really culturally based. But it's this mass washing that is made for a person where we get to see their art and not really know who the person is. When we spend more time discovering who that person is, we find out that there's perspective in the things that they say, or how they say it in their work. Like, when I say, I don't mean like say literally, I mean say figuratively. Say in the thousands of words they put in that one single picture, how they arrange the picture, what they put in the background. This has their philosophy, their ideology, their livelihoods, everything about them. when you over time get a chance to look at certain artists who you learned whose philosophy or ideology was one who's maybe more rebellious or combative, and they draw images that people tend to not like. And what I learned over some time was there were certain pictures that people didn't like because they were too realistic. And one of those realistic things was niggas. Niggas was all over the United Kingdom. If they was a British niggas was over there, niggas was over there, niggas was on the boats, niggas was in other countries, niggas.
That's not gonna be there at the end of the episode. Niggas everywhere.
Niggas everywhere.
We don't say it.
I say the N-word. We earned it. We earned it. We earned it.
I'm on the fence. I stopped.
I want you to be on the fence because
then every so often I see KRS-One and he was like, "Why it's our word?"
Nope, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, here is where my opinion goes on both sides. If you don't want to say the word nigga because you see black people as this powerful race of people, and I'm with it. Nigga, Wakanda forever. Let's do this shit. I want to say the word nigga because it's almost like to me, someone was like, "You cannot say the word Wakanda." And there's a weird, bad word that becomes a scary word that becomes this word that we make into these terrible us's. Yeah. We spend so. I had a conversation today. I had a conversation with one of my besties about why he was like, if someone got mad at me for using the joke premise, black men frolic. No, because
I love that.
It demasculizes.
No, it's fun. It's
also part of a joke.
Yeah,
right. But again, that's the part of the joke. Yeah. There's too much time spent hyper-masculizing black men. Yeah. We're not allowed to even fucking show emotion, be ourselves.
Be silly.
I even mentioned how this black man. Here's a joke. I know Jimmy fucking loves when you do our fucking bits on this shit because you think it's kind of. Here's a bit I got for you.
Don't bit it though. Just
fuck you. It's a bit.
You're biting me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. If I know it's a joke, I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen.
Too much.
You're gonna fucking listen. Listen to these fucking bits.
You gonna say it or what?
Suck these fucking bits. Black people and white people have two weird different ways of greeting each other. Yes. White people will walk into a room and they'll be like, put it there, Greg, and just grab each other's dicks. No context, no premise, just.
That's one of my bits.
Hey, wow, boom, you know what I'm saying? We may have one shit, look, great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Two black men cannot walk into a room without sizing each other up, nigga. And we gotta do something that, like, lessens the tension right
I used to argue with one of my frat brothers. He's like, why you always gotta size me up?
We ain't gotta size each other up all the time. You walk to a room with other niggas, two lions.
Yo,
just like,
it's like,
and then there's
alpha. We gotta.
This thing of just like,
yeah. We got it. The nod. The nod
is making sure we know the same team.
You good.
If I walk in a room and it's only another black guy, he doesn't nod, I was like, oh, fuck that guy.
Danger.
Yeah,
danger mode.
Yeah. If he nod, I nod, oh, we good. We good.
Yeah. See, I can make if I want to make a bad joke, here's where I make a bad joke. Right then is where I start running my black person test. Like, I gotta start melanin checking you to let you know danger abroad. Yeah. We got another black man.
Here's the thing I've been doing to everybody. I call everybody brother, right? I've been calling everybody.
We all family.
I've been calling all women.
Family.
I've been calling all women sister just to see who's racist. Like, you ever call a white woman sister? No, it doesn't at the body. It doesn't. You don't do it. But when you use brother, you use it for everybody. I call Asian guys brother. I call white guys brother.
I tried that once
before. But if I ever see like just Asian girl, I'm like, hey sister, just to see what she says.
It's always like
it's weird, yeah. Sometimes I just fuck with like I'm not your sister. Like and it was like racist. See how
what do you mean by that?
That's fine. That's how you get it. See that?
I'm still with it.
I didn't tell you I was telling it about jokes.
Hey guys, I'm done with the joke. Get ready.
Shop that 2 more times.
We still in. Black women got the same problem.
I call the white women sister.
Nah, see, black women got the same problem.
The other women sister. Everybody.
See, it's okay though, but black women got them. See, black women, because they're geniuses, they fixed it.
Yeah.
When they walk into a room, a black woman will instantly kind of like comment another black woman from the other side of the room. And this is why they got just gay friends. Because they gay friends in the same thing. You walk into a room, you may hear somebody just show the fuck up and like, oh my God, yes, queen, slay, bitch. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That is somebody getting a daily nourishment of you the shit, bitch. Mm-hmm. Black women learn how to beat this game, and see, we don't do this too often. And sometimes the wrong motherfuckers do this. You walk into a room, somebody be like, what's up, king? I hope you're not a hotep nigga. Like, I hope you said that for the right reason.
I had to get used to the king. They said, bring the king back, and it was like, I get it.
I try.
I like it.
I try. But I don't.
I
I try.
It grew on me.
I'm weird with it. I'm 50-50 on again.
Yeah, like, keep talking, man. I'll let him in. I'll get him.
It's not with everybody. I can't do with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But again, black women, they crush the game on this one again. Second they walk into a room, they be like, yes, bitch, what's up? Love the nails. Whoever got the best. It might be 4 or 5 niggas in the room. Like, shit, we all bad today, bitch. They clearly identify it. They just shout fucking compliments across the room.
Yeah, it's uplifting is important. We need to uplift each other.
Blacking it up.
Hey, looks
What's up?
good.
I have one more coming. Do what you gotta do, jump in.
All right.
The mighty Tyrez Keaton.
Hey.
What up? This is crazy. Like I said, black women beat the game on this one. They fucking crushed the game again.
Good, man.
What's up,
Yeah,
man?
jumping on in.
How you doing? How you doing?
You introduce yourself, right? Yeah. All right.
Scott.
Tyrez, say your name.
Let's do this.
Hello. My name is Tyrez Keaton.
Fill him in with your
Comic.
last thought.
Based in New York
20
City.
seconds.
That's okay. He was plugging himself.
He said doing
Comedy
the
in New York
plug.
City.
Yeah, my name is Tyrez Keaton.
Just come from work?
Nah, from working. Ha.
Yeah.
That's like if anybody ever asks what you're doing.
The almighty Evan Kremen.
Evan. So much grace.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it is.
What is even working? What are you doing?
Just preparing my life, getting things in order, staying in the house, and keeping my head down and my nose clean.
Hell yeah.
All those good things.
Just being dope. Just being dope as hell.
I'm happy to be here.
Wholesome Buddhist values.
I don't think Ariana's coming, but if she does, when you guys start up,
It's all right. I'll jump up. I've done a lot of the mouthy just now,
No,
so.
you good.
That's
good.
They're good.
How you been, T?
Man, cool.
Does anybody call you T?
No. Look. I have a rule. I got a rule for
I was like, I don't
nicknames.
feel good.
No, look. If I don't, if it rolls off the tongue,
TK
and
has been a nickname.
if I don't notice,
Yeah.
then you've been accepted as a group. If I don't notice, you call me a nickname.
I just dominated, but I'm good.
Yeah. I just didn't notice. I don't know. I just didn't notice, I guess. But no one calls me TK.
TK?
Yeah. No one calls me. I never heard that. I never heard that.
Yeah, we always shorten everything.
We do. It's
Why do
a
we
big-
do that? Why?
Because we're better. I mean.
Yeah, we make it.
It makes you go, no, look, see, make sure you catching up. You catching up.
No, I mean,
See,
people, it's a part of American culture. We just always love to shorten things.
It's mostly brown people, black and
It's
brown
not.
people.
It's
A
not.
lot of white people
Okay.
do too.
No, white people do
Nah,
it to
nah,
us.
so no,
They got the word woke from us.
Yeah.
Like,
Not really.
What's the
not
nerd
really.
moment?
The nerd moment is that people just naturally enjoy making language easy.
Mhm.
Language is made so that people can speak it a little better.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are just a little better at doing it.
Yep.
I just found out the other day that Irish people refer to coffins as wooden onesies. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's fly as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was
Write
like,
that down just in case.
that makes death way more
you
hilarious.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, it's just some people like we do death for all weird reasons, but language and language and numbers, they take their own lives and they have their own things. And words just kind of do that. I was mentioning before you walked in that like black men, we are weird. We walk into certain places. You know what I'm saying? We got to size each other up. We got to look at each other. You know, you walk into a room of black ones, you got to check to make sure that nigga is, one of the niggas or a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's,
One of them.
you know what I'm saying? That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned.
We know what that really means.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know what that means.
And again, no. We know what that
Like
means.
if you walk into a room and you see another black guy, he doesn't nod.
That black dude would no, it's not even like you don't owe me nothing, but it's something that's unseen. Like if they like
solidarity.
I called the check-in.
yeah, like sometimes
if I just do that, like,
Yeah, it's like
and you don't nod
I
back,
know.
oh fuck this guy.
people have been
Fuck
disregarding
this-
the
yo,
phrase
Watch that guy.
talking white.
Watch that. You on the app? I'm like, watch this guy.
Man, look, people talk about like, talking white. Just because I'm using these words doesn't mean talking white. It's not what that means. Talking white
It's
means
code
like,
switching. Code switching.
it's not even that because professional,
If
non-professional,
you're
the
being
street,
professional,
in the office.
it's
But
code switching.
it's a feeling. It's hard to describe. But
I know
yeah,
what
you just kind of talk to somebody and be like, all right,
I know where you're at.
he probably talks about black people
Yeah.
when no black
I mean,
people
they
are
on the same
around.
team.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why I gotta be careful with that
And
word,
that's-
bro. Because
Yeah.
you need to come to somebody and be like, bro, hey.
No, bro is still it's still tone. It's still tonalities. You know, it's like, hey, excuse me, brother.
Yeah.
Excuse me, brother.
See, I gotta be careful.
Like the
with
black brother and the universal brother is two different things. It's like, hey,
that.
bro,
It's
you
gotta be
crazy,
checking the
bro.
fly. See, you checking out the fly.
You talking about the Hulk Hogan Universal?
You, brother.
That's what you talking about?
No, he means like the universal in the sense that like it applies to.
Yeah.
Like bro, anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm crossing the street and the guy's in his car and I'm like, thanks, brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
I can
Like,
tell
like
his
saying,
tone,
man.
it's cool.
Man,
But
it's-
if he like, "Arr!" and he's like, I was like, bruh.
Yo, bro.
It's just like how you
He's
know
like,
when someone.
yeah, he hits me with the bro.
It's just-
that's. I'm like, okay, we ain't on the same team.
Yeah, but
Tonalities.
I've had
You can tell.
I can, but I've had a few white friends that use brother with the hard R.
It's just like when someone.
Any hard R's are unwelcome.
Any hard
We
Rs
know
are
at this
unwelcome.
point,
Any hard
we
Rs.
should all know
If
that the hard R.
It's hard R's and double G's.
Yeah, if I tell you have a blessed day, sometimes that sounds like okay, you really mean it.
Well,
Sometimes
that's down south. That's
nah, but
how it
it's
is.
not. The point is, like, if I say have a blessed day, you can tell when someone's like, all right, I'm irritated. Have a blessed day. It's like it's the same feeling that goes through the word brother. When they say you talking white, you say all these things. It's an honest feeling that you sound like you're not being honest. That's what it is. So that's why sometimes it sounds. Yeah, that's what that means to me.
Well,
It's when you're not being honest with yourself in the situation.
Unless I'm having a bad day, I'm always trying to come from a place of respect.
Yeah.
You know, I always try to
That's a
treat
good-
people because you don't know what people are going
Yeah, the best communication is like
Yeah.
respect, I think.
That's why
Communication
I
and,
do
and
it.
honesty too.
I do a thing. I hate this. I don't hate my gym. I love my gym. I hate different setups of gyms. So the way my gym is set up is you have to walk through everybody working out to get to the bathroom.
Right.
So you have to greet everybody. And sometimes you don't feel like fucking doing the
Nah,
hey,
I hate
hi.
that stuff.
Oh, hey, I see you. Hey, come on. I just but you got to put the face on. You know?
But why?
Because
Why?
some people-
Why are we doing? We are we're policing
because
our
it's
own
because it's so long. It's kind of disrespectful to make eye contact. You got to make eye contact with everybody.
Well, nah,
everybody
if you-
sees you in the mirror. They see you coming in every day. So it's like you gotta.
You know what I noticed though? Because I feel the same. I used to feel the same way about most.
and there's people that don't even
situations.
talk. Like I'm
Yeah.
going to the gym for a minute. You still not talking? We still not. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I used to think that way about most situations. Like in comedy, when I first started doing this, like I felt like I had to be like friendly with everybody. But I don't always have to interact with everybody. Like no one's checking
just
for
show
me. Everybody's
people
doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And
But if I see you all the time, I'm gonna be like, Tal, you alright?
Yeah, that's
different.
different.
Still
But imagine going to the office every single day.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, if I don't feel like talking,
When I enter the room,
Right.
I'll see you at some point.
yeah, if I don't feel like talking, like we at work and we this morning, people got live stuff going on in the world.
Like I'll walk past the pair and like I don't know Shannon Harris or whatever is like barking, you know, and then she's barking. And I'm like, all right, I'll see her when she's not busy, when I'm not on the way somewhere. We'll say hi. But right now, I don't have to say hi right now. You know, we're doing our own
The
thing.
fact that this guy
Did you-
so complicated, it's crazy. People is not doing what they really want to feel. Everyone's checking for everybody else, unsure. Like you gotta. No one's ever gonna be comfortable. Everyone's making each other anxious.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is. The problem that I've really had, and this when I get into it with a lot of people about that whole like liberal or woke mentality, safe spaces are possible. They're necessary.
But would it define that?
I
Because
would-
everyone has to feel safe. Eventually,
Right,
that word
but-
contradicts itself.
Right, but the issue that comes up with that, and the reason why I say this so often is because if we're talking honest, like we're not talking about blanket hypothetical statements when we talk about certain situations like this right now. Some of the anxiety that we are feeling comes from actual, ever-present conditions, like being told that our rights are being taken away, or that things are happening to us in a particular way. And the issue that comes up with that is when you do that, which a lot of people refer to as doom scrolling or fear bombing, when you have these instances, you leave people with an underlying sense of anxiety, which leaves them tense on the moment, anticipating something to happen at these random times. Then we constantly get these mentions of school shootings, bombings, terrorist bullshit, and also Nazis, fucking Nazis. The problem that we have is that we're told there's fucking threats in every direction. And we're left with this underlying sense of fear that we're living through a series of apocalypse, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's a reason why people get this sense of anxiety, and I respect it. But I'm also saying that like we blame the
It's
wrong
not that
people.
I think we're talking about two different things. I'm talking about social, the pressures that we put on each other.
No.
Not allowing each other to be them true selves.
No.
That creates anxiousness.
No. The problem that
What? It does. What are you saying?
No.
Because when you finally do get comfortable enough to be yourself in the situation, you don't know if you're doing too much or not enough. Now you're anxious.
I
I
don't
like
think
hearing
so.
your voices battle.
I don't think so.
No, but-
I don't think so. I disagree with that point.
You're not gonna win against
I
him.
think
I'm not winning. I'm not trying to convince. Because I've already had what I just said is what I believe. So there's no convincing.
We get to this. I've been dealing with people's opinions all way I'm with it.
Uh-huh.
The thing that comes up about safe spaces, right? It's not about the sense that someone feels like they're wrong or right. It's about feeling like they're in a sense of space of community. Where they are around a group of
Community.
people which likes like-minded
Community, the word community sounds more cultish. As time goes on,
that's because-
it does.
that's
Because you know what? Because the
But it's
community guidelines. We all have to take care of each other. Who was saying this?
I remember back
Who
in
was
the
setting
day.
these
I remember back in
guidelines?
the day, we naturally do this over
No.
We as humans build a moral center where we understand it, that where this sense of community comes from, what we're doing with this. We can establish this in an open group. We can talk about it. We're human beings who have verbal communication skills. We can explain what we mean by this.
Put it this way, no, a safe space to me, I remember I watch old interviews and I'll see Malcolm X sit in a circle of people that disagree with him completely. And they all saying different things. No one's agreeing with each other and they all saying different things. And they saying their opinion. They're not yelling. Then that is a safe place. A safe space. Your safe space or the one that
Maybe
you
different from
maybe,
someone
no,
else.
that's what I asked to define what a safe space is. Because a safe space now and current times is everything is predictable. You have to fake politeness. It is. A safe space is you
That's your
not
assumption.
questioning and you not
That's your
doing too
assumption.
much.
That's
Okay,
your
if I go
assumption.
because it depends on what a safe space is. If I go to the tiny cupboard, a safe space in a tiny cupboard is not the same as a safe space in Harlem. It's two different things.
But it respects the same boundaries.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
One
it
of
does.
them
Yes, it does.
one of them is more
Depends on who's
easy.
regulating.
It's
One
about
of them
the
is more.
community guidelines of the
And
space.
you may not want to see the
It's all
LGBT
different,
space
but-
and this particular climate in the same as the black space.
No, I don't want it. I don't care.
But
I
I'm
just
saying-
don't, dude, tough conversations will lead to progress and
And
evolution.
we have it. We
And
have
but
it.
then sometimes that word safe space, it makes people
Yeah,
feel
you
too
might-
comfortable. It feels
Say that.
sometimes
you had to go to the mic.
being in a safe space, it sometimes makes you feel like you can't
Yeah,
really.
sure.
I can't even. I don't even know. I don't know. Anyway, I forgot. What
Okay,
I
If you're going to try to say the words being
And
in a
this with
safe
a joke.
space
And this
doesn't
with
make
a
you
joke.
feel
Let's
safe,
get it.
there's
Right.
a logical fallacy in that process. Because there are several actually. One of them is you're assuming the thinking of the person that's going into the situation. The
A
issue
safe
that,
space.
right. The issue with a safe
Dang.
space, and this is what
Where is your mental fortitude at?
here is here.
If the only space that you can go in has to be declared safe, then you
No,
are done. You
no,
finished.
No. Well, see, we
You're
don't-
done.
We don't have to declare it. But here's the problem.
This place, it makes me uncomfortable. This whole world is uncomfortable. Get used
But
to
there's
it.
a difference.
Take
The
some
difference
scratches.
The difference of uncomfortability is like a sundown town.
What do you mean?
Do you know what sundown town
Yeah, I
is?
do. They have them in the South a lot.
Okay,
What's
got it.
sundown?
It's when black people shouldn't be out when the sun's
Oh, yeah,
down.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay, but if you're in a safe place, that place is a safe space for white supremacists. The issue is what you're labeling or what you think this safe space does.
Safe
You're-
space.
It's always
Right.
different depending
It's
on
always
who's
different
who the
depending on
community
how.
is.
The issue is that like this place on the Lower East Side that like around Stonewall, but that's feel like a safe space to people in the LGBT community. The only hold on, here's another one.
Here's another one. We're gonna switch
Do you
lanes.
walk through the
Hold on,
hood?
hold on,
Do you
hold on,
walk
hold
through
on.
the hood and feel
Hold on,
comfortable
hold
at
on.
times? Like you like, hey, I feel comfortable because I know what's going on. I see what's happening.
I'm
As
gonna
comfortable
change
as you can feel.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna change
Here's the
lanes.
thing.
I'm gonna change
The
lanes.
safe
I'm
space
gonna
is
change
different in
lanes.
one direction.
I'm changing. Don't talk over me. Fuck you doing?
Hey, don't do that.
Everybody's on. I got an alpha male and shit. Whatever happened to
I tell you to call me a bitch and everything.
Yeah,
Jimmy's lost it. Jimmy's lost
Because
it.
you don't know that you don't know the 30-second rule of putting a joke on this comedy podcast.
Yeah.
And-
I mean,
and
dude,
both
I-
of your eyebrows are furrowed.
Do you want me to be funny? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
A little bit. Make it look
I can't, but put it this way, here's what you're not gonna give me. Here's what, if I give an opinion on something, I'm not gonna cap it off with some ridiculous sarcasm.
That's it's called violence.
Nah.
I have
But,
to teach you.
but if I actually tell a real joke,
But it's
and
not-
it's actually happens to
for
be
the
funny,
sake-
then it will be.
listen,
I'm not
listen.
gonna say something I don't think is really funny just so. That's not how I
It's-
communicate,
it's
sir.
practice.
I got you.
Listen,
That's
I,
not how
I know
I
you. I know how you
fact.
feel.
Actually, that's not
I'm
me.
gonna- I'm teaching
He's
you.
raising. I
I'm
don't know what y'all should battle.
No.
What y'all-
I've been practicing.
when you-
He's been teaching me.
No,
this because I've been having
for future reference. Just listen.
Okay,
Just
so-
pride yourself.
I don't know. I didn't
Right,
see.
listen,
I'm
listen.
not every time. So is this a what? Tell jokes?
No. When you're on a podcast, right? When you it's
What
called
type of podcast?
every podcast.
Not
So
every
listen,
podcast is
what
not
podcast?
a huge point. Is not being
Relax.
at the end of. I watch Shannon when I watch Earthquake.
good podcast.
I watch Earthquake on Club Shay Shay. Every sentence and every opinion that he gave did not end with a joke.
But it's
It naturally
It may not
comes.
be done well. But I'm saying if it's done
Done well.
No,
You're gonna
Earthquake is actually really good at that, and I will say Earthquake is one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, he's great.
But if you know how he operates, he does a lot of specials. It's called These Ain't Jokes,
Yeah.
and that's what I was going to say.
That's what you're talking about.
That's how I talk.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say.
That's how I
I've been
am.
practicing.
My shit ain't contrived. That happens to be funny.
What I've been practicing.
LeBron happens to be 6'8". I don't know what you want. That's
So
it.
we just got to incorporate some of the.
Why you keep saying we? This nigga been. What is?
That's fine.
No, but.
He yells at me a lot though. He yells at me a lot though.
Oh, okay.
To practice
Thank
this,
y'all, man. You know,
to practice this.
I'm sure
Listen,
Black
listen.
unity.
Because you're sitting next to him, right? What volleying does, what makes good conversation, is if we talk, I say my point, and then I ask a question and volley it to him. You don't have to say it from
I asked
but
what
it-
I was
but it-
asking
but it
questions.
shares the conversation.
What is a
so
safe
that you're
space?
not- Yeah, so if you're.
But eventually, y'all have to ask questions.
No, it's up to everybody. That's what volleying is.
Yeah, but if it's 2 on 2, I don't know. All right, yeah, you're right.
It's just a practice.
Ask questions.
It's just a practice.
Time opinions.
So, you ever go on dating apps?
No, not even. I don't.
Do you date? You don't fuck with. All
I don't do
right.
it.
So
You heard my jokes,
rule-
which ain't really jokes. Dating apps are just PowerPoint presentations to have sex tomorrow.
Trying to teach, hey, don't
This shit is
come,
ridiculous.
Don't come up here with this energy tonight, all right? At midnight.
It is. That's
If
the
you
way
don't-
it
if you
is.
don't bring fire tonight.
I got you.
Man, what
I got
is
you one movie. I got you one. Here's one of my
Niggas can be
favorites.
funny 100 times.
Yeah, I know.
And then,
Here's one of my favorite jokes, okay?
Good.
The reason why I think that white space is explaining what a white space is important.
I said safe space.
Safe space.
Not
Safe
a white space.
I got you.
That's your true self. That's what you really think
No,
of safe space.
no, hold on. I'm fucking this up. I'm trying to get to you right
How you get white space and safe space
Because
confused?
one of my favorite white
That's your
spaces.
spirit talking.
One of my favorite white
Tight
spaces
cover.
is a safe space, and that safe space is Game of Thrones. It's all about representation.
Game of Thrones.
Representation.
Yes, the show.
He's gonna question everything.
That's right.
Because
Representation.
your whole
You don't like
opinion.
McDonald's fries.
Look. I'm gonna try to make this funny. But the point is, it's like if your whole opinion relies on phrases and template words, I'm not even sure what you really think anymore.
No,
because I've heard safe spaces, I've heard comfortability, I've heard community. Where is your thoughts at? I've heard the definition of those
My
words.
thoughts come from explaining each and every one of those things.
Well, how do you?
Words.
But what's your definition?
They're all, a lot of these words are
Game of Thrones is your
He's
definition.
trying
of
to give
safe
it to
space?
you. Let him speak.
one of them. It's a funny version of it. What happens is when you leave a bunch of white people on a land of their own, they're gonna fucking start stabbing each other and eating babies. One is gonna fucking baby. You know what I'm saying? When you see people in their safe space, you get to learn kind of what they think is a safe space. You get to see what kind of people they really are. Not every same people have the same group of safe space. Some people just want to be able to dance freely to music that other people judge that they couldn't do. That's why I got no motherfucking problem with Pride or Stonewall, because people couldn't do that shit. And
Well, they could actually.
in certain places.
Yeah.
But if you try to do that shit in other places,
Facts.
you might get your ass stabbed or killed.
That's what a
Just
safe
because you
space
were
is.
Sold.
That's
Right,
the
and
difference.
that's what we mean about safe space. The problem is that what happened.
So it's like turning the cameras off. Like you know, people act different when the camera's on
not
sometimes.
really, not really.
So it's
not,
like a safe space is being around someone in their environment where they can really be them.
not really. I like yes, kind of, but I just want to give the choice.
So if black people waited for safe spaces, would we be voting? Would there protests have ever happened?
It'd be house parties.
Would there be a
It'd be
safe
house parties.
space?
That's safe space because niggas go to house parties. Now I know at least 30 niggas in here.
The power of a
No
safe
pockets
space.
at house parties?
The power of a safe space, it really starts and only relies on one individual, the person.
Who's regulated?
No,
No, it's you.
It relies. It relies
Because
on-
you have faith in. So if you all alone in a belief, there's no safe space for you. No, your faith
Gotta
is the
find it.
But
safe
you're not really,
space.
but you're not really alone in that belief because there's a series of beliefs that go into that. Your personal identity, your cultural identity, your gender and your sexual identity.
Say the word faith.
Faith. I have it. I love
My
it.
identity, your personal, your social,
Your
your
faith.
cultural.
Your faith.
I'm just saying, this shit sounds like. I sound like. Put it this way, you sound like someone that I think you're older than me, but the words that you're using is someone that the people in my sister's generation use. Like the way that they describe their environment and at 22, 23,
How old are you?
31.
And I'm 30.
I'm just saying though, but the way that I'm thinking is more of somebody older than Jimmy, and that not as one is better than the other, but all these little things that make life comfortable or
I
easier.
don't safe space. I think it's stupid.
I mean,
You might be something.
I like
that sounds. That's
feel something.
Right.
No one should feel safe.
No one should feel safe.
Right, exactly.
That's why I like
I
this.
feel you.
Fuck safe. It should be chaos. It should be.
I feel you.
That's fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me say this, and I've said this over and over again, and let me drill this
Everybody should be on
motherfucker's
defense
head.
and prepared.
With all that fucking fatalism you
Sparta.
throwing out, the world that
Fatalism.
the fatalism.
All your opinions that rely on
What is
isms and this template phrases.
I went to college.
What's
No, but
Hold
you're
on,
saying
hold on.
trending words that
What's-
everyone has been hearing
No.
overly for the last 7
Alright.
to 8 years.
No, but
Hold on.
I think you're
fatalism?
lost.
What's fatalism?
I think your opinion
What's
has
fatalism?
you. You don't have an
No.
opinion.
What's fatalism?
What is
Fatalism,
fatalism?
okay, the necessity of, when I explain fatalism, it's a necessity of always using negative terms, negative connotations, and negative outcomes in order to determine how you want to feel about an event or thing, person, place, or thing. The problem that we have is something that millennials do, and I'm not a millennial, but I've noticed this is something that happens generationally, especially when you have a generation that comes out of trauma, that you have people who are always expecting to return to that trauma in some way. We as black people suffer from one of the worst fucking cases because since we see very few, little to few social changes for us, we never imagine social change happens. So we don't go out and vote. We don't go out and get political offices. We don't go out and get active in the community. We literally let things go as fucked up as possible and then blame society.
Well, we get active in the community. The problem with voting is that the options given aren't the options chosen. So it's hard to get people to go out and support something that they had no say so on the options being presented.
It also doesn't help when we have massive amounts of people who utilize their social media influence to say voting doesn't matter. Or when we watch people like Candace Owens from the other side bitch about how lack of power or little power, we as black, we in our fucking
Who did you vote for?
I wasn't allowed to vote. I was
Who would you have voted for if you were allowed to?
The last time.
And that very system, like, affected for whatever reason you can't vote, whether it's legal or whatever, that's messed up. You should be able to vote.
And I bitch about it. But again, I know for a fact.
You out here can buy shit, but you can't have a say so into the environment. It's crazy.
I'm not a felon.
Right.
Okay, I'm not a felon. I'm registered to vote. But for whatever reason, every 4 years, whenever it comes time for me to vote for certain stuff, I get lost in this little fucking loophole. Maybe it's because I'm homeless sometimes or whatever. I'm not really sure. But I always get lost in this weird loophole where I gotta run around the city looking for a voting booth. And then by the time I find that voting booth, either it's closed or it's too packed. Or I gotta go do something, I gotta go to work. And again, this is a problem.
Not their fault.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. For someone that's as passionate about black people not voting, for you to let that get in your way is ridiculous.
You said the word allowed.
That's ridiculous. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, come on, man. And anybody that shines and wears their I voting sticker, I guarantee you their usefulness immediately drops to zero after they vote.
I don't care about voting.
You have to do other things to
Hold
vote.
on. Say that again.
I don't care about it.
Now why? Why? Now hold on.
Because every year they come up with another loophole as to why your vote doesn't count or whose decision doesn't come to.
Okay.
You know?
Now here's
my thing is, if you have enough money, make enough money and then you make the decisions.
Now here's my question.
No?
You know, hold on, here's my question. Because again, the issue that I have is that you would be willing to defend that line more fervently than what I said. But here's my question. There's another group of people who are willing to fight to the death for their power of vote. Doesn't that give you some idea of how valuable the power of vote is?
Yeah.
No, because it's made up at this point. Especially we're observing.
Especially now,
Yeah, we're seeing now how like all that shit is futile.
Even so, even if we say a system is made up, that made up system was still kept in order by someone or something.
The most important elections are the ones that happen in your own towns.
That's the start.
Those are the
That's the
ones.
start.
The ones
But
that you don't
all-
No, that's actually more. Like I have an aunt who's running for office. She ran for office, she ran for a mayoral seat in office in the South. And what she came to realize is that the entire board was made up of the mayor, and then underneath the mayor was like his stepson, and a whole bunch. It was filling all the positions in a town called Patterson, where there's only a few hundred, a few thousand, or something. So imagine if you have all them. So that's where it really starts. You see what I'm saying? Because they building up these fake empires in some of these small towns with all the family.
I know.
And that's what I'm saying.
South Carolina.
That's the most important. That's what I've just now learned. That's the most important.
Okay, but that's also about learning what a comptroller is and learning what a sheriff
That's
is.
good. I know what
All
that
right,
is.
okay, you are learning how sheriffs are not just they're not just elected, they're kind of voted in and brought in. And I've learned this system, but again, because of that, even if I cannot utilize my power of vote, because other felons.
Well, you can.
And I can't, and I've tried. And to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I've done this in 2 states. Okay, I've done this in 2 states, Georgia and New York. Both I was out. Both I went to.
So that's why Biden won. You voting all over the place. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's like.
Right. See, no, yeah, you fuck with me, right? I got you.
I'm trying.
Hey, I think
I'm with it. And yet, how fucking fast do we jump on how much we fucking hate Biden and how bad we think Biden is when the last motherfucker wants us fucking slaves?
Well, all that emotion
Trump wants
is.
us. No,
That emotion is misguided.
No, and that's not towards you. It's not towards you. It's towards every. When I'm literally saying this, how often do I yell this? Here's another one of my fucking bits. We as comedians jump on the easiest motherfucking jokes, and one of the easiest ones we jump on now is ripping on fucking Biden.
Well, nah, because that's not. Well, first of all, black people. I don't think none of my jokes are easy because I think it's all ridiculous. The fact that we was begged to support this individual who's done nothing, and the fact that they made us feel guilty for even consider someone else, that's ridiculous. We don't owe nobody nothing because neither side has ever given us anything to say. Okay, they have a history of a helping hand of understanding. That is entirely true, and the fact that history is so flip-flop.
Therefore, why bother? Based on what you just said, that's why I agree with why bother voting?
Every year it's the circus.
So you gotta do what you think you
There's a new gimmick every year. Like, oh, he can't win because the electorate, blah, blah, blah. This new thing that we didn't tell you guys about.
Yeah.
If we say that the electorate,
The honky-tonk loophole.
here's the weirdo.
That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, all right.
That's just tight.
It's always a honky-tonk loophole every year.
Here's the weird thing, though. If you believe the system is so bad and you think that this is what you're looking at, why isn't Trump back in office?
Well, that's because of the media.
No.
It is the media. The media had everyone thinking that. Put it this way: neither one of the candidates.
So do you think that the election was fake? So you think that
fake? No, I think that media programming and constantly telling a group of people how awful someone is, and not
has been stolen.
And it drives the
CNN
culture.
or Fox. Neither one of them fairly showed the faults of the opposing candidate. And that's being dishonest to us.
You act like
hold on. You act like Fox and CNN. These people have been working with each other for years. It's not like they've been two separate. They absolutely.
No, but here's the problem.
They absolutely.
They have similar goals, but I don't think they're entirely in cahoots. They have similar goals.
For the sake of entertainment, because that's what news is.
Ratings.
We know we have to say this thing.
Right.
They have to say that thing, and we know we're playing together.
No, and again
against the people, and the people are like, oh, just eat it up.
That's the divide and conquer.
Fucking
no. It's like Michael Scott at the office. No, and Toby came back.
No. They get pissed off about that.
Why?
Because one fucking side isn't getting on their fucking news channel saying it's okay to shoot black people in a fucking supermarket.
Well,
there is a clear fucking difference. And we need to be honest about that clear fucking difference.
There's two different tactics.
Out there preaching some great replacement theory bullshit that is killing kids.
Well, nah,
It's killing black people. This is an actual thing that's fucking happening. And we keep on doing the dumbass shit and bipartisan these motherfuckers to let them go out and shoot another motherfucker.
But wait a minute, we not keep letting because in history,
here's my point.
Black people have been voting.
Black
people have been voting
right now doing it.
Here's my point that I was trying to make. You have Fox and you got CNN. And
they are not the same, Jimmy.
Then I didn't say there was.
They're not the same.
Here's the point. The point of them not being the same is to get the reaction that you just gave.
No.
To make you angry and to stir the pot.
No. And I
Look how angry you are now, though.
Yeah.
No, because you know
you've been riled up. In our community, we call it gassed up.
Yeah.
You've been gassed up.
That's
you
what
wanted this passion.
No. But the word
is what I'm trying to say.
Because this passion comes from something that knows that this race war that they're talking about.
Race
there
war.
are actually people that want this race war.
Of course.
There are actually people that want to shoot black people.
Who talks about Florida so bad? Everywhere I go up here, someone's talking about the South. Yeah. Someone's talking about how garbage Carolina is. Someone's talking about how garbage Florida is. But I'm telling you, it's true. Every time we get up, all right, look, you talk about corny jokes as far as the comedians come up here making Joe Biden jokes. How many comedians do you know come and make jokes about the South? Yeah, we all know about Florida. I'm from Florida, everybody. Run quick.
All
that little fake sarcasm.
I got it. Bad sauce, all that. I got that. I'm fine. Listen to
the fact that you even went to something that happened 12 years ago. The man was eating somebody on the bridge.
Got it. What I said what?
Got it. I'm saying though, that in itself, like that's corny too.
Other bad sauce stuff, but again, I don't make bad sauce jokes. I get that. But here's what I'm saying. I live in the South.
Anybody can make any joke you want.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, you can.
I don't think that's true.
You can make any joke you want. Patrice said it best. You can at least make the attempt Now maybe something, it may go good or bad. He said that on Fox, by the way. You can say that it was good or bad.
Bullshit. You know,
What, did you see Patrice on Fox?
I don't, you know what?
What?
He's not allowed to say anything.
He did so dope.
He's not allowed to say anything.
I should have
He's not
known.
allowed to
He
say
did.
anything.
He crushed that shit so much twice.
Hold on. Say it. Go ahead. Say
When
it one.
Patrice made 2 different appearances on Fox News, and both times he annihilated all ideas of just phoniness, basically. Like him being on, he did so good they didn't invite him back, and CNN never invited him. So that's the type of window that we need to sit in. Don't sit in that Fox window or that CNN window. Sit in the window that's independent. How do you think and how do you feel?
Got it.
Yeah.
Independent, like Patrice O'Neal, because that's the way another person thought. So I'm gonna think.
Philosophy, the Bible, many things are given and handed down.
I've made my own philosophy. I studied off for 20
What?
some odd years of sitting in college.
But did you write those things?
Yes, I wrote them. I studied.
So who were you? How are you? So you studied yourself?
No, but you have to. But to build your own philosophy, to build the theology.
Right, I didn't say don't listen to nobody. I just said,
I
yeah.
read other people's books and developed my own.
And so did I. And so did I. That's
And a lot of
why.
people have to do that, and you come up with a lot of
But
different
that's the
stuff.
point. That's what you were
And
saying,
you know
right?
what?
Yeah, but because I quoted a man who happens to be a comedian whose legacy has gone beyond comedian.
Better than mine, but I disagree because you're not allowed to say whatever you want.
Why not?
You can't make every.
I already am. It's too late.
That's not
Lock
what
me up and throw away the key.
You
It's
can
too
try.
late.
You gotta, you
It's
think
too
you
late.
try.
I'll
I
always
hope
say what I
nobody-
feel and what I
hope nobody
mean.
ever figures out what consequence of action is.
I mean, it happens. Sometimes you
Yeah,
get,
oh, it happens. Oh, yeah, it happens.
yeah,
It happens.
consequences
All
happen, man.
right, hold on.
Muhammad Ali,
Hold on.
I do not want to go to the war. Title stripped.
Hold on.
Consequences, baby.
We're gonna
And
take
that
this.
wasn't
We're gonna
wrong.
take this back. All right, we're gonna
And
take
that
this
wasn't
back.
wrong?
No, we're gonna take it back. Take it back.
We're gonna roll it back like
Take it back.
Walmart prices.
Yo, shut the.
Hey, man.
It was good. It was good. It was good.
Aha.
I gotta
Nah,
give it
nah,
to you.
nah, nah,
It was
nah.
decent. It was decent. You tried.
Woo.
Thank you, Tal. What's the next subject? Give me a different subject.
I just saw the Malcolm X movie for the first time
Oh, you make
yesterday.
it hotter? God
Oh,
damn.
no, wait.
No,
This is funny. So you talking about Once Upon a Time in Miami?
No.
Or Once a
I
Night?
did like that.
I saw Malcolm X.
You talking about the Denzel Washington?
Yeah, for the first
Hey, look,
time.
why they had Malcolm X crying in that joint though? I was like, oh, he broke.
In Miami?
Yeah, he broke down in tears. I saw that
Why did he
man.
cry though?
I saw that man.
Malcolm cried.
No, I'm not saying that, but for them to depict him in the movie when he's not even depicted on footage ever doing that, this man was holding his babies outside of his burning house, not crying. So, well, he tried to kill me. He tried to do this,
tough, man.
but then they
He's
show him in this movie, like busting out in tears, which every person does, everyone has on this planet. But it's the timing. And what was that movie you were talking about?
Malcolm X, like the one where his house catches on fire.
You talking about the Denzel joint?
Yeah. The
Oh.
first time I saw that yesterday.
that's a good movie.
It's good. I saw it at Nighthawk. And I'm glad I saw it in a theater for the first time as opposed to like.
I know.
I know. I understand.
You was just ripping on it. You was like, oh yeah, that's fucked up how they showed him in the fucking movie. Good movie.
That's 2 different movies.
Yeah, you're talking about one night.
And that one was actually good. That Once Upon a Night in Miami
I
was
didn't see
amazing.
that. I didn't see
That's the best Muhammad Ali dude I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah?
Whatever Muhammad Ali movie comes out, he needs to play it. He's better than Will,
I
everybody.
want them to toss this. I want to see it. The new Mike Tyson movie they're coming out with.
When you talking about the Jamie
Nah, it's not. I want to see the
or the
Jamie. I
HBO
wanna see the
series?
Jamie.
I don't want to see that series.
Yeah, I don't want to see the series.
I wanna
It's
see
on Hulu,
Jamie.
I think the Hulu one.
Yeah, so it's
Like the
out.
soundtrack looks dope, but I don't want to see the Jamie's got the best Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he does. And he
Like
actually,
he solidified it. So nobody else should have made a Mike Tyson.
yeah. But now that Denzel joint is
I'm
tight.
talking movie
That's
shit.
the best joint.
Can I roll like drugs on your podcast?
Not in here.
No? Okay, I'll do it outside.
I wish I
Make me
saw
look
it
good.
earlier in
Make me
life,
look good.
but the only
Because
reason
I love you, sexy bitch.
Make me look good. Good.
I wish I saw it earlier in life. I'm 22.
What? See what?
Malcolm X.
Okay.
That's my first time seeing it. But the nice
I
thing.
did extra work on Malcolm X.
Really?
I was a kid in the scene where he did the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were in the back. Well, you can't see me. It was the lady was blocking my
Shit, you were in everything.
I was in a bunch of shit. Like my mom used to take us to all the fucking back room. We used to do back. I was doing background work since I was like 5. So it's like
You can do accents, right? Or you can do like Jamaican accent. You said.
I can only do Jamaican accent. I can't do.
Whoa,
I don't do
hold on.
accents. Yeah, all my shit is wait
I'm
a
sorry.
potato. Give me that. That's my Irish accent. That's in the joke. Like,
We don't
do
care
all
about
the accents.
money.
I was like, yeah, say accent. I'll do it. But
Rich.
I asked you
What?
because one day I'm gonna make a movie and it's gonna involve Trini and Jamaicans and British, and you gotta be in it.
I'll do it. Whatever. My dream is for you guys to all blow the fuck up.
This nigga gonna be in the jungle with 2
Don't ever
machetes.
cut me off. Don't cut me off. I hate when Tyler.
You come to my jungle. The shirt gonna be off. You gonna be oiled up. come with me.
You missed my Mighty Jim entries.
Yeah.
You gotta listen back to it. But, two thoughts I had. I wanted to make. You talk about fan movies. There's a fan movie, fan fiction movie that I want to make. You see his energy? You fucking. I gotta get him back.
You gotta make this a safe space. You gotta make this a safe space. That was a good joke. You did this.
I did this.
No, I'm talking about them ill-advised jokes that I'm just spitting out now. He did this.
Listen,
I want to make a
safe
fan,
space.
I want to make a fan.
You're
fiction.
safe.
Oh, shut the
safe
fuck up.
space when I'm there.
I want to make a
I'll
fan.
set
I want to make a fan fiction
of
of Jericho Jackson and Axel Foley.
Axel Foley.
Jericho Jackson, Action Jackson.
Okay, I was about to say that's Action Jackson.
Because they were both Detroit cops.
They sound like they hold machine guns.
They were both Detroit cops. I think it would be dope. No,
Sound like Rambo.
I'd something that Carl Weathers.
Axel Foley, I'm down with that. I'm down. Just
Axel Foley. That shit
no, yeah,
happened.
right?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh,
Eddie
okay.
Murphy.
There were two movies.
But that was his name in the movie?
Yeah,
Axel
I
Foley.
didn't know that.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop and Action
Yeah,
Jackson.
Action Jackson,
Nashville.
and that's David.
There's so much. Yeah, it's
Axel
80s.
Foley.
Because Beverly Hills Cop came out in '84.
The first one or last one?
The first one came out in '84.
Yeah, last one came out.
They're making a part 4, right?
With
Which
Eddie
is
Murphy?
I'm skipped with Eddie
I want to
Murphy.
see
You
it.
gonna be doing paperwork?
For
I
never.
want to see it. So.
Stand-up.
Honestly,
I just want his special to come out.
If you know how
That's
Eddie
all.
Murphy
But the fact
works,
we want it too bad, though, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
And then if it's not as good, we're gonna be like,
It doesn't matter. He's the fucking
Yeah, it don't
greatest.
matter. He
He's
can just-
still funny.
He
He could do a talk show
Yeah,
and
he
just
his interviews are funny. Like
Yeah,
when
his
he's sitting, I saw
interviews
this joint when him and Jerry was sitting down.
ridiculous.
It was just funny.
Just
Talk about music cars.
comedians.
Yeah, it was that one, and then they did Netflix.
He was like, I'm not
did
sure
some-
if it's
they
gonna
have
be
a- they have
good.
an hour one on YouTube. They just sitting on stage. And
You just
Yeah,
talk.
shit,
You just
yeah.
sit in the stoop and just talk.
Yeah, he's
Just talk about comedy. But yeah, Axel Foley and Jericho, I want to make. That's a fan fiction. That's fucking dope. But they're old. They would just be yelling at people.
Cracking the
Your name was-
Yeah, just drive it down.
it happens. That's how you take it the next line, and then you bring in like Ice Cube Jr.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't watch Bad Boys 3 because Martin Lawrence. It looked like he wasn't gonna be running at all in that movie.
Because he had a stroke, but he was still funny. It was still funny. He had the lines. He had a stroke.
Was that heat stroke that did that to him?
No, like a
He had a real stroke.
had a real stroke.
It wasn't that sweatsuit thing.
No, he had a
He had something else.
He had
Stroke.
an actual
Stroke.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had a-
that's why his energy is just kind of like regular.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like a body shut down kind of thing. I think for real.
Yeah,
I
well,
was saying the other day.
They're not even,
so we get lucky for him to still be here.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Martin Lawrence.
I mean, technically, he smoked crack, so I mean, he
smoke crack?
He be crack.
Well, DC and the DMV area, that was a very bad time. Crack was everywhere.
I was in a crack.
It's-
in the
Y'all don't remember?
90s.
You remember the story about him in the street with the bathroom and the gun?
That was crack.
No.
That was crack.
I know that story.
Well, Chappelle was talking about that. He was like, what makes a man run around the street and say they're trying to kill me? And then even though he
I remember him doing that.
he
but-
said that, but that was some other stuff was happening in his life, I think.
Yeah, I got a lot of story.
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
No, that's it.
good.
That's similar to okay, so you guys, you know how I'm like a big like Muppet fan, right?
Big what?
Muppet fan and Sesame Street guy.
Don't ever side over the shoulder side eye. You know I fucking like Muppets.
Gonzo.
You know I fuck with
Yeah.
Muppets.
Okay, so
Is
on
Gonzo the black one? He's black. Isn't he?
Gonzo, no, he's blue. He's got like a crazy
He's from-
nose and
He's black.
He's black.
Black.
He's black.
Anybody purple?
Who's Yaka Yaka Yaka?
See how long that nose
Fonzie,
is?
Waka,
So,
Waka. That's my.
Yeah.
the
But
Muppets.
anyway,
They're
so
all black. Listen,
all the
we'll
Muppets
get to
are
that
black?
one. They're all fucking black.
Yeah.
They're all black. Every Sesame Street character you see is a
They belong to us.
But
Let
us.
him
That's the
finish.
hood.
Let him
That's the
finish.
hood.
Yeah, Sesame Street.
You ever seen
Yes.
fucking white people live
It was
next
made
to
for
live in
Harlem.
the garbage?
they
No.
certainly do. That doesn't matter.
Well, now they do, but
Doesn't matter. Anyway, so on Sesame Street, back in, I'm sure you remember this, in the 70s and 80s, there was a character named David. He was a human character.
Yeah.
A black dude worked in the Hooper store, right? Anyway, so David, the actor, his name is Northern Calloway. What you were talking about like, a person's mind getting fucked up and like, how they just become a different person. He, in the 70s, like mid-70s, he had he was diagnosed with like bipolar, you know? And by 1980, he had a nervous breakdown. And was doing the same Martin Lawrence type shit. He was in Nashville, and he like beat some woman with a fucking iron, and was like,
David from Sesame Street.
David from Sesame Street was beating a woman with an iron on Sesame Street.
Fuck you, David from Sesame Street.
No, well, that's the thing. This is like the whole conversation about like mental health now, and like.
Oh, I thought this was the Sesame Street plot because I was like, nigga, that
No. This is a true story about the actor who played the guy. So throughout the '80s, his mental health just got like worse and worse. By '89, he was fired from the show. He died in like 1990 from like a heart attack from like a psychotic episode. So like basically what I'm trying to say is, I was just volleying off of what you were saying about Martin Lawrence. But like a person's, especially like black dudes, their mental health is ignored. This shit is not like back then. If he was doing that shit now, people would be like all over it, and like they would be like trying to get this guy some help, and like white people would be like, hell, we need to make sure that David is.
I don't think. Well, to be fair though, I don't think white people have the answers to black mental health.
No, they don't have.
So
the
if we
answers,
go
but they
looking
claim
for therapists, we can't even find. I only counted 2 black teachers in my whole life that I had.
This is gonna be another subject.
I have no idea how many black therapists there are. I don't. It can't be that.
Therapists?
Yeah, it can't
black
be that many.
therapists and black landlords are going to be the subject of the next.
We need all of
I was
those.
trying to find a black landlords association.
Is there one?
I don't know. I can't find one.
Probably.
I'm sure there it has. How many buildings are black owned in this city? You know?
Not many.
Yeah,
This whole city was
But I don't know.
Jewish.
Yeah, they were mostly Jewish and Italian.
Yeah.
Jewish, Italian.
Italian.
I'm sure Irish people
all
own
the drug
more than
lords
us
and
here.
Russians.
A lot of Chinese.
Yeah,
too.
Greece.
Yeah, the big buildings.
There's really no set number of people, and you're all forgetting about the Great Migration, which literally dumped almost 1 million black people in New York City alone.
Yeah, but we're talking about like
Yeah, like we've been dumped a lot of places.
Yeah,
but we
live
don't own
places,
a lot
we
of
don't-
places.
yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, like they don't own a lot of property in Harlem. Like that's all. That's
Yeah.
It's problematic.
Yeah, certainly is.
That's not really tweet at the conversation. That's another thing.
yeah.
Do black people own the Apollo? Do we own that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a group thing.
They might own the
With a
business.
black
but
face.
I don't know if they own the building.
I'm sure.
Do we
It's,
own the name, the building?
They own the
I
building.
think we do now.
I mean everything.
But it was the thing. But again, we didn't own BET for half.
Or is it like BET? Yeah, is it like
Again,
the Apollo run like BET?
Again, listen, we got I absolutely
BET is
agree
owned
with
by
the issue
Viacom
with black
now.
ownership.
Yeah,
Now
like-
I think it changed over.
We gotta wrap this up.
Anyway, yeah.
Tell me where to find you.
I thought Jimmy was a man until I saw that he was drinking Rainbow Unicorn.
I
Bang!
used to drink the orange, but when they don't
Yeah.
have orange, go with this.
Sure, Jimmy.
You know what?
Gotta keep those muscles happy.
Absolutely.
is Rainbow
Rainbow
Unicorn the
Man.
flavor?
It's the flavor. It's like a fruit punch.
Yeah, he's
the
drinking glitter.
Orange one is.
Yeah.
He's drinking
It's
glitter.
pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm a black unicorn, baby.
I can smell the sugar from over here. I can smell.
I'm a black unicorn. Tell me where they can find you. Are you coming tonight?
If
I want you to do the piece of popcorn. It's the movie one. If you want to open for me, it's up to you.
What's that?
That's 8:26. The piece of popcorn is my next hour. It's not a special. I'm just doing an hour once a month where I go long.
I got you. I'm with it. I'll be there. Place you can find me. Instagram, Thy Subway Show. That is THY because I got a real fucking Bible kink. I think I love fucking nuns. Like I love fucking nuns. So Thy Subway Show. You can also find me at the Daily Press. I got a show. First Tuesday every month.
It's like in the burrito.
Did I get cursed out at that show because
Did you get cursed out?
I did get cursed at that show?
Why?
Well, let's see. The one person who started making all the turfy ass jokes and almost walked one of the customers. The other person who showed mid show us are dissing lesbians. Let's say the other
Because
person.
of the comments.
I thought that was a safe spit, but no.
Yeah, and when motherfuckers show up and don't treat it like a safe space, I don't got you.
I thought it was.
We can't get going.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry for that.
I was being
Or the
sarcastic.
guy who was talking about the baby fucking joke. He got some baby fucking
It's a
jokes.
great.
Nah, I
it's a
don't.
great-
Oh, wait, but jokes are okay though. Yeah, they were baby.
I said I don't. I don't have no
Thanks.
baby.
Thanks. You know who
Tell
you
me where
are.
you can find you.
You can find me on
Tao.
YouTube. I am Tao Bennett.
The mighty Tao Bennett.
Under Cold Sober is the YouTube channel. Cold Sober.
Cold sword.
Yeah.
All right, my name is
The mighty Tyrez Keaton.
Tyrez Keaton. You can find me on the web at Tyrez Keaton.
I'm so mad.
That's it, man.
That's it. Are you coming tonight? You here tonight?
I'm gonna be here tonight. I'm gonna lay it down,
Oh,
What?
set it on fire.
Use your mic. What do you say it?
I forgot. I got another show, y'all. There's
Yeah,
a
you got shows.
Second Tuesday of the month, which is next Thursday. Next Thursday, second Thursday of the
Second
month.
Thursday of the month. Where at?
Coney Island Brewery.
Woo!
That sounds fancy, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a glory hole. It's fucking glory
Yeah,
hole.
that's
You do
fine.
comedy
Go
at
to
glory
it.
hole. You bring your ass. or
Right,
dick,
see?
or
Too much.
genitals.
That's too much. Not so-
Anyway, also you
not
can
so-
find me in the ocean or in small cities destroying shit because, you know.
He said you can find me in the ocean.
I'll be at the Grizzly Pear on the 16th of August.
Yeah.
That's another episode of the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples. Thank you for these lovely motherfuckers. We'll be here tonight at the Bitter End.
Yeah.
Very grateful for this and being here. And we'll be here tonight at midnight. We got a lot of dope comics. It's going to be a really dope night. Feeling the energy. And then we'll be back next week for another show. And bye. Bye.